welcome back to the Wrestling Bubble. This is your Monday Night Raw review, and I have to say, this was a pretty good Monday Night Raw. But I also gotta say, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Now let's get into the review.
We started off Monday Night Raw with Seth Rollins and his Goon Squad. Still don't have a name for the group. But I was actually surprised. They had Bron Breaker, Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman, and Seth Rollins. Didn't say much. But Bronson Reed, Bron Breaker, and Paul Heyman actually had time to have mic time. Seth Rollins did not have to say much besides welcome to Monday night, whatever. So basically, don't want to get too much into the segment, but Bron Breaker is letting us know that he cannot stand Sami Zayn and how Paul Heyman, wise man, quote unquote, and Seth Rollins has planned for him for the next decade in WWE. Right now, do you see any plans they have for Bron Breaker right now?
I just see the beginning of them making an effort to include Bron Breaker and Bronson Reed in the plans, and it's like everybody's gotta earn their keep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's making them almost become equals, which I like, because like, do we really need Seth Rollins? Like, do we really need to listen to Seth Rollins?
Every
so it's
Monday.
like it's kind of making them become equals in a way.
I mean, it's about goddamn time.
For real. Because, like, just being stooges is not going to get it. Like, if anything, they're going to regress doing that. So, this is better.
It got even better. We had Bronson Reed, which, honestly, before we get into that, they should have had them do this from the start. Especially with Bronson Reed promo was saying Seth Rollins Seth Rollins respect him after he did 6 tsunamis on him when he first was trying to break out. And he was like, well, Seth finally see, this man is dangerous. I need him on my team. I respect him. When he's hungry, he is hungry. And I mean, Paul Heyman, his ladies and gentlemen, I mean, he didn't really have much to say besides like, look, this is going to be one of the dangerous group in WWE to the point they got the OTC not returning. So he thinks anytime soon that is Roman Reigns is chicken in his boots. CM Punk is getting squashed every time. Sami Zayn has no ribs. And Penta, man, you say no fear, but bro, you might as well have some fear. I mean, like I said, I like that each one of them has something to say. We didn't have to listen to Seth Rollins for 30 minutes talking about a whole bunch of who cares. So, and it gets even better with these guys throughout the night. So, I don't want to get too, if you have anything else to say about this segment, no, we don't want to get too much into it. But I will say, I like how we switch up gears with the Judgment Day, have all the gold besides 2. And we have Finn Balor shining up every gold in a lineup like these are his new collection babies. And then Judgment Day has a little like Liv Morgan died or something. What did they call it? Like an aura or whatever with the candles lit in the picture of Liv.
No, it's like a shrine.
Shrine. I thought that was hilarious.
Well, it wouldn't be a shrine because they're like mourning.
Yes.
So,
I mean, Raquel wasn't feeling it. She's like, what the heck is this? Liv Morgan, she's like, Liv Morgan's not dead. She is in rehab. Liv, we wish you a speedy recovery. But right now, I'm just sitting back to see what they have for the Judgment Day. Looks like they're switching up the storyline now that Liv is injured. And I'm afraid they're going to make her baby face. And I'm not looking forward to it. Also, we have Sol Ruka and Zarya in the NXT Women's Tag Team Champion Fatal 4-Way at WWE Evolution. I don't know how that happened when they just lost to Izzy Day and Tatum Paxley. But moving on to the first match. We're not going to stay too long in this match. We have Roxanne Perez with Raquel Rodriguez versus Kairi Sane. I don't know about you, but I was feared for Roxanne Perez throughout the whole match. share a comment?
Well, personally, it was hard to pay attention. I mean, Kyrie, ever since she came back,
Lord,
she took L's for years. Like if Asuka wasn't there, which remember Asuka got injured and had been out this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So Kyrie was just there taking L's or never saying anything, just being in the background. So fast forward, Kyrie's had those matches involved with people that got injured. Zoe Starks, Liv Morgan. And it's like you kind of, it's at this point where when you see her come out and everything, you're just like, man, like what's going to happen? Like you're watching for the wrong reasons, right? And we like Roxanne, but this is a nothing match. So why should we care? I mean, it was just basically to rush this little, I guess, feud or whatever's going on for Asuka and Kyrie to get on Evolution to challenge the women's tag team champions, Roxanne and Raquel. I mean, it's basically just hot shotting.
Yeah, Raw was way too predictable in every segment, in my opinion. Every match, every segment, it was just way too predictable. Like you said, this whole match was just to get Asuka to come out to save Kairi Sane from Roxanne Perez and Raquel to now we have the Kabuki Warriors reunited. And they're also going to be in a fatal 4-way. Who did not see that coming? I feel like this is a downgrade for Asuka. And
this is just so lazy. Lazy. This is not good.
No.
Like they just tried to stick people with some name value, but we could have just got something better regardless. Like with names or with people, I mean, this is a spotlight on women's wrestling. So why wouldn't you have like some up and comers added to this and some obvious like over people? You got Rhea. Yeah. I mean, we let that slide. Like just kind of, I choose you, Rhea, because I want to be the best.
And I'm like,
Rhea Ripley. Like we let that one go.
Mm-hmm.
But this rush job that they're doing to try and fill these the match card, like nah.
Well,
no, that's just lazy.
The Kabuki Warriors are back in action for the tag team division because they ain't got nothing else for Kairi Sane. Let's keep it real. Or Asuka, for the matter of fact. But they have plenty of... Io Sky is going to be probably part of it too. Unless they're going to make Asuka turn on Kairi or something's going to happen. This is ridiculous. And it's a little quick segment that the American Made was a little flabbergasted that El Grande Americano was able to book his own match tonight. And let's be honest, y'all already know who's El Grande Americano, so let's everyone stop being stupid trying to guess who's who. So now we have the return of Nikki Bella. Who was looking for Nikki Bella?
Neither one of us.
We ain't even gonna get started with that. Just long story short, she's in the Battle Royal. No one cares. Thanks for coming. The next match we have is Sami Zayn versus Bron Breaker with Paul Heyman. I like the start of it when Karrion Kross attacked Sami Zayn. After the promo, Sami Zayn said he ain't even worried about Karrion Kross. So Karrion Kross had to remind him, you should be worried. What do you think of that beginning of it?
Well, Karrion Kross came out exactly when he was supposed to.
Yep.
Okay, don't let him walk down to the ring. Be aggressive like you was the previous week, where you just jumped him out of nowhere, right? So do that again in front of everybody. It was perfect. I mean, he's looking like a maniac, which he should be. Sammy is broken, and people are getting tired of seeing Sami Zayn hoisted up like he's just, Super Sammy or whatever. Okay, and they want to see Karrion Kross. So Sammy's got a reason to get out of the way now. I'm just curious to see what they're going to do with Karrion Kross. while Sammy's gone? Like, is
Yeah.
Karrion still gonna get some kind of TV time?
That's actually a good question, especially the right now floating in the air that no one doesn't know if he re-signed his contract or not. So it's like, okay, Sammy's out. So what do we do with Karrion Kross? Because that was his only storyline he had, unless he's going to revisit AJ Styles.
I don't think so. AJ's involved with Dominic Mysterio, and they don't really cross a lot of storylines unless it's like the main adventures, right? And that's literally still not really crossing storylines. Like you had Becky Lynch acknowledge New Day losing the tag team titles, right?
The New Day is hilarious. These guys was what like basically upset in a funeral.
They were mourning. They were dressed like they were going to like a funeral.
And like you brought up, I liked how Becky Lynch was like, condolences, I'm sorry for your loss. Like they're all in the same like
they're all heels.
I love it.
Okay, and heels supporting heels.
Lord. And letting them know them dropping Big E was the best decision they ever made. Honestly, I'm with her on that one. Dropping Big E was a great idea. And I'm actually looking forward with the New Day trying to get the titles back because they had one thing right. The Judgment Day might just kill the tag team division. Do you believe they will?
Not the Judgment Day, the Wyatt Six.
Man, that's SmackDown right there. But yeah, they definitely gonna kill the tag team division. Just like the beginning of this promo with Becky Lynch, Bayley, and Lyra Valkyria. This promo was so dead that they had to spice it up with Becky calling Lyra a little bitch when she was lifting Becky's hands for winning the Intercontinental Championship. What do you think about this little segment?
Look, they were kind of slow started at the beginning. It was more for the build up.
Mm-hmm.
But I like how Lyra came out and, completely cut off Bayley. Went straight. She like big sissed Bayley and just went straight to Becky. Like whatever you got going on can wait.
Exactly.
So that was funny. Bayley she still kind of felt like a third wheel. Like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Until she said that line. Then it was like, okay, well, now y'all really have us leaning forward, locked in. What y'all gonna say now? What y'all gonna do now? And I mean, I thought it was a pretty good segment. Like it stepped up a little bit. Like it gave some of the story more intensity. Like because it was lacking. It was just talk at this point.
I feel like it was dragging. Like just kept dragging.
Right, the segment and the story. So it needed something to spice it up a little bit, and this kind of did that. First, you had the stronger language being used, right, and then Lyra dropping both of them. The old champ, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it adds a little bit of, wait a minute, she was standing tall, so is she gonna lose at the pay-per-view? You know what I mean?
You know, the same old. Most likely she's gonna lose. It's rather Becky's gonna
be
win
because of Bayley.
Yeah, they might continue Bayley and Lyra. I could see that.
But see, the thing is, I feel like Becky's gonna point out that those two couldn't, they were so focused on each other that they couldn't touch me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two failures, blah blah blah. Okay, look, one of us has to take out Becky, so they'll probably have one more match between each other, a respectable match where they shake hands. But I feel like Lyra should just knock out Bayley still go for it.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Just forget this whole nice Lyra.
No,
honestly,
but I'm saying Lyra beat her straight up, but then afterwards still attack her.
Because
now stay out of my business.
Look how that's the first time I heard the crowd actually react loud for Lyra Valkyria when she dropped Bayley and Becky. So it's like heel Lyra is what we need to see. Attitude Lyra, whatever she wants to be. this babyface Lyra, nice, it's not working. I need to see this attitude, aggression, this hunger, this. Why are you collecting feathers? Like, show us who you really are. Like, what is she, the warrior of whatever? So it's like, instead of being known as Bird Lady, like, show us like why you want to be the feather lady, collecting feathers and stuff like that. But I mean, like I said, towards the end of the segment, that's when things really picked up, got my attention, because in the beginning I was just like in snooze time right there. So moving on from that, don't want to stay too much on that segment. We have Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed with Paul Heyman, and Seth Rollins let Bronson Reed know that basically Jey Uso better not walk out of Raw tonight alive. And Bronson Reed really did deliver with a disqualification. I don't know how many tsunamis he gave.
Well, first
Jay.
of all, I'd have to say, the intro for Jey Uso was almost as long as the match. Jesus.
I mean, the crowd said one more time. But I like that Bronson Reed finally again is showing dominance, because for the last few weeks, the Braun's been looking really weak. Like, not believable baddies, or I mean, not baddies, badasses, my bad. Not believable, like, monsters and stuff like that. They were just looking like two little goons, that's henchmen, let's just say henchmen, that really couldn't get the job done. So, I like this whole thing. Most likely, Jey Uso's going to be out for a while. They probably are going to reunite it at SummerSlam with Roman Reigns. That's what I could see happening.
What did he hit him with, like 2 tsunamis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he threw a chair at He threw a chair like he was in shot put or something. I'm like, where'd that chair come from? But we just had a quick little promo with LA Knight. No need to talk about that. He's just going against Seth Rollins at Saturday Night Main Event. And then we have El Grande Americano versus Dragon Lee. Do we really need to get into this match?
You had what's his name? Ludwig Kaiser, obviously being El Grande Americano.
According to Michael
he's
Cole.
coming out with the different style, like he's got like different things that he's doing for the entrance.
Yeah,
but he still does the gracias. But I didn't actually hear him say gracias. He was still saying thank you.
Yeah, I think he was still saying thank you. I think he said gracias maybe one time, but that was like after the match.
Yeah. The match ends with the steel plate underneath the mask.
That dude did
with a flying headbutt.
Man, that headbutt was deadly funny.
I mean, it was a decent match, but like not really worth like revisiting or talking about really. So we're just gonna zoom past that.
And then we finally got the respect of Stephanie Vaquer promo video, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, a little late, too late for that. I mean, she already been wrestling in Raw. Y'all finally gonna do that.
She basically had just a short vignette of her saying that she's gonna dominate the women's division.
Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, beware, because
man, please, why couldn't we get Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer?
She wanted to wrestle the best.
Well, she didn't finish wrestling the best. You done beat Rhea 3 times. How is she still the best?
Exactly. I'm like,
hello. The whole premise of this little package that they had tonight was that Rhea has never beaten Io, and they faced multiple times. So how the hell is Rhea still the best? It don't make no sense.
Doesn't make any sense at all. But that is Raw for you. And what else doesn't make any sense is we have the weak punk ass Gunther coming out to let us know that he's supposed to be Goldberg. Right now, I'm not believing it, because right now you have CM Punk push Gunther like he was nothing. And in this segment, we have Goldberg punking Gunther like he ain't the world champ. Like, what are we doing with Gunther right now? Is he a babyface? If he a softie? It's like, I am not liking this booking for Gunther right now. Nope. Not liking it, not caring about it. And I'm honestly to the point he just need to take a vacation.
Gunther hasn't had good booking since his Intercontinental run.
Yeah.
Which even that was so-so. They messed up whenever they basically split up Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther. That because Gunther lost all that aura that he had when he was like in charge of Imperium. Gunther looked more important because of that. You take away what brought him to the dance, and now he just looks like every other person. Except he just always has a title, But everybody can seem like people are just beating him up. Like
it's just ridiculous.
Just punking him out.
Yeah, I'm like, this big old whatever he is, dude, you get punked by a bunch of mid-carders and old people and small people. Like, what in the world? And especially, like, I don't know. He should have never lost the Intercontinental Championship to Sami Zayn, because that's when everything definitely went downhill. And he should never lost to Jey Uso and tap in seconds as soon as he locked into a submission. Because right now, Gunther just looks weak. And if y'all not going to push him as a strong champion, just take the belt off of him and put it on someone who you really want to push. Just as long as it's not Seth Rollins. I'm just saying, because once Seth Rollins get that belt, that whole division is not going to be, it's not going to be interesting because he always wants to win.
Right now it seems like they got certain people in the wrong places. Like he's supposed to be having rivalries with like Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, those type of people, while he has the world championship. Not Jey Uso and Goldberg. Like, we know why he's doing it with Goldberg, but I'm just saying, like he's built for those type of matchups. Where, I mean, the style that Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, Ilya Dragunov, Pete Dunne, like they all like that hard hitting, stiff, like a bunch of chops and hurting limbs. Like they like all of that stuff, which is cool. I mean, but just pair them together. Like right now, we got to see him go against Goldberg. Okay,
Goldberg.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. Goldberg got the loudest ovation all night. Well, I'd say, yeah, it was Goldberg, and then it wasn't too far behind LA Knight. LA Knight got a really big ovation when he showed up, when he cut that promo, and the crowd was like right there pumped with him. I mean, it was like a really good outro because LA Knight needed something like this. He looked good in his the little video vignette that they did, okay, when he was talking his talk, and then he came out there and dropped Seth Rollins on his dome.
Because he was walk that walk. Yeah, I actually liked the ending of it. I mean, I know everybody was expecting CM Punk, but CM Punk right now is on vacation, so you have to deal with LA Knight for Saturday main event. We also are doing a watch along for Saturday night main event, and then we also have AEW. Saturday's gonna be really busy.
The weekend's gonna be busy in general.
We also have Evolution on
wrestling
Sunday.
all
Lord
weekend.
Jesus, we're gonna be wrestling. We're gonna be wrestling tired.
We're gonna be tapping out. Ain't no kicking out at 2.
But Raw was okay. It could have been better. Too much predictable matches coming up. Honestly, I love the LA Knight on Raw. Hopefully when the drive comes in, he will be on Monday Night Raw. What I don't like, he's going against Seth Rollins, and we already know he's going to lose to Seth Rollins. So that's just another match that's so predictable.
Well, it's if the story progresses good, and it's something that's going to be like he's going to be involved with for however many weeks or months going forward, then I really don't care if he loses because he's not exactly fighting for a championship or anything. So these are the times where you can lose if the story calls for it. How he loses matters more than the fact that he does lose. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with LA Knight. Like he just fits Raw so much better.
Oh my gosh, yes. Take him out of SmackDown, please.
I mean, overall for me, this episode of Raw, it was serviceable, like leaning more towards good because I did enjoy, the time didn't seem to drag, right?
I agree.
So And then a lot of the segments that they did have, I feel like they were making some of the right choices, which made it a little bit more enjoyable. Like with Karrion Kross just coming out like he was supposed to and blast Sami Zayn and get him up out of here. Okay. And Bron Breaker beat Sami Zayn like he was supposed to. Speared him like 3 times.
I just
Super
feel like that
Sammy.
match should have been fast. Though.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, come on, man. Why did it take 3 spears still? But whatever. Okay. Mission accomplished regardless. I know they just, always trying to protect Sami Zayn, but whatever. I mean, the match shouldn't have been that long.
Mm-hmm.
It really shouldn't have. It should have just been like the longest it should have took was him playing with his food. But not Sammy having these comebacks or whatever, right? It shouldn't have been as competitive. It should have just been Sammy trying to get back up to his feet. Mm-hmm. And the last time he gets up, he spears him to another dimension. Okay.
Yeah, the match was way too long. That's why I was saying it should have been short because you already had Karrion Kross taking care of Sammy ribs. Like you said, it should have just been a quick spear or whatever, like 3 moves and be done with it. We don't need him running around the ring doing spears with the prime bottles right there. Just 3 moves in the ring and be done. Just move on. Let's keep it moving. But that will conclude our Raw review today. Once again, this is the Wrestling Bubble. If you are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment what you think of Raw tonight. And also, we are going to be doing a watch along this Saturday for AEW All In Texas. And we're going to do like a quick brief watch along with Saturday Night Main Event. Because let's be honest, it's not much matches. But really, it's going to be for AEW All In Texas. And then we're going to do a watch along for WWE Evolution. Except they keep claiming this is the second time to do Evolution. The first one to me stink. So let's see if they're going to redeem themselves. Thank you for listening to the Wrestling Bubble.